Yo, what's up? It's your boy JJ Brom. In today's video, we're reacting to the rise and fall of a TV show called Super Nanny. Quick story time. This actually gives me PTSD. This Super Nanny woman, she came to my house once. She beat my ass and then left. I ain't been the same since that day. True story. Anyway, let's get into this, bro. The rise and fall of Super Nanny. Let's go.
In the early 2000s, TV viewers were blessed with a completely new reality show format. Naughty kids are something every person can relate to. Maybe you were a naughty kid, maybe you've had naughty kids, but some
Never. Never. I was always a good little kid.
families couldn't control their kids to the point that they were getting bullied by their own infants. Channel 4 found a solution and introduced a new format which would soon become one of the most recognisable shows of the decade, Super Nanny. The concept was simple. Overwhelmed parents invite a professional nanny into their home. She observes how the family works, identifies the issues, and within a week attempts to introduce a new structure to bring the house back under control. Channel 4 had the concept. All they needed now was the Super Nanny. Jo Frost started a career first babysitting as a teenager. From a young age, she knew this was what she was meant to do. She began working as a professional nanny in London, building a reputation among families for being firm and unafraid to enforce discipline. She trained through traditional childcare routes, and families would call her asking for help with their children, but she didn't have any
Right,
experience.
so originally she was just she was originally just a normal nanny, like a normal child, what do they call them? Childcare, like, or whatever, bro. She was just a normal person who just looked after kids and shit originally. Okay.
At all working in television, and had no intentions of it until she read something whilst flicking through a family magazine.
So then there was an opportunity for me, whilst I was troubleshooting and helping families, to give help. So it was like the production company. I'd put a little article in a local family magazine that said, if you have over 5 years experience as a professional looking after children in the childcare arena, we would love to get your advice.
Jo was 34 when she saw the advert and definitely had the 5 years experience. In fact, it was almost 2 decades of experience of helping children at this point. But she thought they only wanted advice on parenting. When Jo first heard back from the producers that it would be a TV show, at first she was hesitant. Having never worked in television, she didn't know how it would work, but the producers felt she was the perfect fit and wanted her to become the Super Nanny. In fact, it took 100 different auditions before they found Jo. In the first interview, the producers asked her how long would it take to get a 9-month-old to sleep. What do you reckon, maybe 3 or 4 months? And Jo was shocked. She said, 3 or 4 months? No, give me 7 days and that little man's gonna be sleeping. That's when they knew they had found their Super Nanny. They took Jo to a house for essentially a trial episode, but she was still oblivious to what it was gonna become. They filmed her helping a family for a day, took it to Channel 4, and within a few days, the show had been given the green light and Jo finally began to grasp the opportunity.
Nah, she dead ass put discipline in these kids though. Swear down, bruh. She disciplined kids, like she put them in their place, bruh. These kids thought there was one set and they thought, yo, I can give all this attitude to my parents, all this, and then she put them in their place. She's like, nah, you ain't gonna do this. You're gonna do as you're told. You're gonna go do this. You're gonna She stood on business with this shit.
She'd just been offered. In 2004, Super Nanny aired its first episode on Channel 4. Jo followed one struggling family per episode, firstly observing the house, witnessing the mess that she just walked in on. Kids refusing to listen, punching their parents, screaming, tantrums, completely ignoring everything the parents would say. Then Jo would step in. She sat down with the parents, telling them what was wrong. Most of the time, it wasn't just a single incident. This was shit that was happening on the daily. No structured routines from the parents.
Nah, this is old as well. If you deep it, yeah, do you think kids are worse nowadays? Do you think kids are a lot worse nowadays in the big 2026? I reckon they're a lot worse, bro. We need to bring Super Nanny back in 2026, man. Because I reckon there's kids doing a lot more. Kids these days are doing a lot more than they were doing back then. You know what I'm saying?
no strict parenting, discipline varying day to day. Then she'd introduce a clear set of rules for the kids to follow, most famous of these being the naughty step. If a kid was misbehaving, they'd be put on a step or chair for a period of time to reflect on their behaviour, and afterwards they'd apologise and rejoin the family. She didn't invent the method, but she definitely made it widely known. When the show aired, it wasn't just a hit, this shit was the jackpot, gaining around 5 million viewers on the
Hey, chat, which ones of you got put on the naughty step when you were younger, bro? Put me in the comments. Put me, or just put naughty step in the comments or some shit if you ever got put on the naughty step when you was younger, bro. Let's see how much of you got put on the naughty step. I know I did a couple of times. Maybe once. I don't know, actually. I can't remember, bro. Nah, I definitely did. At least once. I definitely did.
first episode alone. What made the show work was the form.
And is the naughty step still a thing? The motherfuckers still get put on the naughty step? Because I remember getting put on the naughty step. But I got a little sister now. I don't think she's ever been put on the naughty step. Is that still a thing? The kids still get put on the naughty step to this day?
Jo's calmness changed the house. She was directing her rules and instructions, and it was her that had the format of the show first, not the producers. The producers had the actual concept, but they weren't quite sure how they were going to turn it into a show. It was in fact Jo who said, let me just do my job, let me cook and follow me around with cameras, no need for no big budgets. But one of her non-negotiables was that she was going to be the one calling the shots, and from when the show first began, she made that known.
So I remember a wonderful executive producer called Amanda Murphy, and she said to me, look, the production have asked for you to put the IFB in your ear, and they're going to want to talk to you. And I looked at her and I said, what for? And she said, well, they're going to want to talk to you whilst, you know, you're helping the family. And I looked at her and I went, why? I couldn't fathom. Why would you want to talk to me? If you're filming with a camera, why do you need to talk to me? Like, I'll just do my job, right? And you just film it. You just follow me now?
Yes.
I don't know, right? I just went, why?
Did you refuse it?
Yeah, I did.
That made it clear, and the producers obliged. Her appearance on that podcast called We Need to Talk is really good. You should go and watch it. I'll leave the link in the description before you go and start your Supernanny marathon. And while you're down there, subscribe to the channel. 98% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed. And
I know, bro. It's like this over here as well in the lid. Tell them, hit that subscribe button. See, I got you in the lid. I'm subscribed, bro. Now, actually, shout out to the lid on it. Shout out to my man, bro. He's got some sick videos, bro. Deadass has got some sick videos, so go check my man out if you haven't already.
I'm trying to get myself a YouTube play button, so if you'd like to, it would make me super happy. The producers also wanted Jo to wear a suit to distinguish Supernanny from the parents, so Jo gave them one day in a suit, knowing it wouldn't work, because what Supernanny wears a bloody suit and heels while chasing little kids around the floor? And again, she was right, and the show only grew more because of it. When the Duchess of Cambridge...
She deadass, bro. She deadass just took over this show, and she came... the production think they were gonna run the whole thing now. She came and took over the whole show. And fair play, bro, because if it weren't for her, I mean, if it weren't for her, it definitely wouldn't be as big as it is, because she was just the perfect role for it, you know what I'm saying? But like, if the production didn't let her do what she wanted, I don't think it would have been as big as it was. You know what I'm saying? Fair play. She literally created this masterpiece. I was gonna say single-handedly. Well, not really single-handedly, because of course the production and everything helped. But you know what I'm saying? Like, she dead ass, like,
was pregnant with their first kid. Prince William prepared to become a dad by watching Supernanny, but the show wasn't just a hit in the UK. Almost 50 different versions were created off the back of the show in different countries all around the world. Through its 5 seasons from 2004 to 2008, Supernanny UK maintained millions of viewers throughout, from parents who had implemented Jo's techniques in their parenting to others who watched the show purely for entertainment. They need to show this video to high schoolers to prevent teen pregnancy, or they could shorten it into a childbirth commercial. But not everyone was a fan of the show though, and it didn't come without its fair share of controversies. Some childcare experts didn't agree with her approach and questioned where her qualifications were. Jo's defense was that she had the best qualification possible, real life experience, in fact decades of it. Others felt that the show violated children's right to privacy, and Tracy Jensen, a lecturer at Newcastle University, described the format as offering up the spectacle of the bad enough mother, usually working class, who was shamed.
Alright, my fault. Nah, but no matter what, there's always going to be someone who has to say something, or people who have to bring it
as
down.
offering up the spectacle of the bad enough mother, usually working class, who was shamed before she's transformed. But those who were actually on the show came to Joe's defense. They pointed out that the parents had invited her into their homes voluntarily.
Yeah, that's literally, they invited her. You know what I'm saying? They invited her. Like, she's not just pulling up uninvited and just taking over shit. No. Like, they would have saw what she does. They would have watched the show, saw what she does, or read about it and see what she does, and then invited her. You know what I'm saying? So that just makes no sense, that whole statement there. Wow. I'm defending Supernanny crazy.
Many families reported genuine improvements in their routines after filming ended, and Joe herself consistently maintained that the show was to empower parents, not embarrass them. Other critics argued that the show emphasized conflict for the purpose of making better television, but alongside these critics, the show's audience continued to grow and grow. And while the moral discussion for the show is your opinion, it's a reality TV show after all, I get that. Joe didn't come from a TV background, as I said. This was her job, just on TV. So on occasions when executive producers demanded something she didn't agree with, she would say no. One time, this led to the producer telling the entire crew to leave the house and stop filming, and Joe in response said, "Well, sound, I'm gonna keep doing my job anyway, so this is just content that you ain't filming, mate." After the UK show came to an end.
And I respect that. I respect that. She dead ass just doing her job. She didn't care about the cameras or nothing. She didn't care about the TV show or nothing. Like, fair enough, she took it on and it got her famous and all that. But she dead ass didn't care about the cameras. She was like, okay, you leave and I'm just going to carry on doing my job anyway. I respect that. Dead ass, I respect that. Because a lot of people would have said, all right, cut recording, we're all out of here. We're finished here, we're all gone. Pay me and we're all gone. But she was like, nah, I'm gonna finish my job. You gotta respect that, dead ass.
Joe wasn't finished. In fact, while the British series was still ongoing, she began an American version, Supernanny US. The American version ran for even longer, 7 seasons and over 100 episodes. So what that tells you is American kids are way naughtier than British kids. I'm only joking. I mean, it
Oh, bro, we're always doing this UK versus USA thing, man.
could be true, but come on, the country is way bigger as well.
Yeah, the country's a lot bigger, so...
What Supernanny really revealed though was that each family was different, and the problem wasn't always the kids. Often it was the parents. Sure, there were occasions where the kids had neurological conditions, and not every occasion was it fair to blame the parents, but it kicked down the door of judgment and allowed more parents to admit when they needed help. Not everything that happens to kids is under the parents' control. They go to daycare or school, and I mean, nowadays they're exposed to social media as well, which thankfully wasn't an issue when the show was running. So while Joe may have had her critics, her not having some qualification, if anything, made it more relatable. Child psychologists with PhDs were threatened by the fact Joe accomplished all of this without a certificate, and that showed the parents she visited that you don't need a diploma to do it. Supernanny US allowed Joe to face even bigger challenges, and while she usually took on every challenge by herself, what made her so good was she knew when external help was needed. In one episode, a family was dealing with an autistic son, so Joe called in a clinical professor with expertise in autism to assist the family. In another episode, a son was showing signs of disrespect, so Joe called in NBA superstar Dwayne Wade to speak with him. Another family's dad was...
That's tough, bro. She knows what she's doing and she's smart with it as well. She good at her job. You can't fault her for that, man. She real good at her job. Like, dead ass, bro. She teaches these kids discipline and all that. She real good at her job. You can't fault her. Dead ass.
Struggling with alcoholism, so Joe located an Alcoholics Anonymous support group nearby for him to attend. A kid called Garrett, whose family were in...
She was dead. Like, her, she weren't just doing this for the content. She weren't just doing this for the money and the videos and the show. She was dead ass doing this to help families and help people. You know what I'm saying?
An episode of Supernanny US Season 2 spoke about the show 20 years after it aired, now 23 years old. When someone asked if the show helped, he said, "In my opinion, it probably helped my mother know she wasn't alone and had help. I can't say the same for when my father returned though. I genuinely believe most of the issues me and my brothers have nowadays wasn't because my mother didn't know how to parent, but because our father wasn't fit to be a father." When someone else asked if the show was scripted, he said, "In terms of the camera crew trying to script it? Not at all. In terms of when they came back years later for a follow-up episode, my parents very much tried to script it. The show did try episodes where they'd revisit the homes, but they didn't work out as planned. So other formats worked better instead, like they'd show home clips or videos from the house to see the changes in a later episode, but Joe and the producers were always conscious about this, and it was one reason the show didn't continue longer. She wanted to make sure the family really needed help and that they weren't just doing it for screen time. Trying to distinguish this can be tough, but they managed to do a good job of finding the families in need. While still filming Supernanny US, Joe Frost's Extreme Parental Guidance aired in the UK. Over 2 series from 2010 to 2012, the format followed pretty much the same as Supernanny. In 2013, Family SOS with Joe Frost aired in the US, Joe Frost Family Matters in 2014, a studio talk show where families came on to talk about their issues, similar to Jeremy Kyle, Joe Frost Nanny on Tour in 2015 and 2016, Joe Frost on Britain's Killer Kids in 2017, before coming back
plenty of series and a crazy amount of series
for a final season of Supernanny US in 2020. At its peak, Joe was on the road 48 weeks a year, and while she called it a champagne problem, she was working non-stop, and all that work led to some golden interview moments. Shout out to Ushi Hirosaki, roll the tape.
So, how is your private life?
How is my private life?
Yes. How's the romance in the life?
Yes.
Yes. How is it?
Yes, very good, thank you.
Yes.
I
Tell
have a
me
boyfriend.
all about it.
I have a boyfriend.
Yes.
Yes.
What is the rules on every day?
That we talk.
How naughty is he? How naughty are you together? Where is the naughty chair? Tell me all about it.
What the fuck?
You put him in the garden sometimes?
Joe would go on to marry that boyfriend, Darren Jackson, who she met in America whilst working on the show, and although the pair have been together for over 10 years, they don't have any kids themselves. And while some people have had things to say about this, Joe's response is simple.
You know, people say to me, they say to me, but you don't have children yourself. No, I have millions. That's how I feel. I feel I have millions. Like, it's not, I don't have children, so your children are your business. Every child is my business. I think every child should be your business.
Nah, she wholesome. She wholesome.
I think children of the world are our business as adults. We have a responsibility as adults to take care of our children.
Within her words, millions of kids of her own already. Joe wanted to spend more time building her own family. She got married and took a step away from life on the road to build a more stable life in LA, settling down with a husband and having a grandchild of her own. And while she isn't doing the Supernanny show anymore, she's been assisting families sharing parenting techniques on Instagram and YouTube. But what Supernanny left behind was more than just a television format. This show genuinely shaped the way people talked about and approached parenting. Parents of all ages to this day use the show to help them in their own lives. The influence of the show 20 years later is still huge, and now with episodes of the show available to be watched everywhere, the audience continues to grow. No matter what you think about Supernanny, there's no doubt that when it comes to reality TV shows, this is one of the shows that has actually left a real impact on the world.
Facts. Shout out to Joe Frost, man. The real impact.
So,
bro, what I've learned from this video is she dead ass did this to help people and help families. She weren't doing this for the TV show. She weren't doing this for the screen time. All that. She dead ass did it because she wanted to help.
For that, good job, Joe. Subscribe to the channel.
Nah, facts. Good job. Nah, that is the rise and fall of Supernanny. I enjoyed that video. I hope you all did as well. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment. You get me? Yeah, it's been your boy JJ Mom. Pardon me again, bro. I need to stop drinking this Professor Peppy. Take care. God bless and peace, man. Love.